Daniel was 24 years old and carried dreams bigger than his small apartment. He imagined financial freedom, a successful business, and a life his family would be proud of. Every night he promised himself tomorrow would be different. Every morning he hit snooze, rolled over, and delayed his future once again. Years quietly slipped away unnoticed completely. Daniel loved talking about success. Friends admired his ambitious ideas and detailed plans. He watched motivational videos for hours and filled notebooks with goals. Yet when action was required, excuses appeared instantly. He claimed he needed more money, more time, or better opportunities. Deep inside, he feared failure. Excuses became comfortable walls protecting him from disappointment and pain. Months turned into years. While classmates advanced in careers and businesses, Daniel remained stuck. Social media became painful. Every success story reminded him of his own inactivity. Instead of changing, he blamed the economy, his background, and bad luck. The truth was uncomfortable. Success wasn't avoiding him. He was avoiding the work required to achieve it every day. One rainy afternoon, Daniel sat beneath a small shop shelter watching people hurry through the storm. Across the street, an elderly cleaner swept water and debris from the pavement. Despite heavy rain and advanced age, the man worked steadily. Curious, Daniel approached him. What he heard next would permanently alter the direction of his entire life forever. Daniel asked why he worked so hard despite his age. The cleaner paused, leaned on his broom, and smiled. "Young man," he said, "excuses never paid my bills, fed my family, or improved my future." The sentence seemed simple. Yet it struck Daniel harder than any motivational speech he had ever heard before in life. That night Daniel couldn't sleep. The cleaner's words repeated endlessly in his mind. He reviewed every excuse he had made over the years. Suddenly they sounded weak and childish. For the first time, he realized his greatest enemy wasn't poverty, luck, or circumstances. His greatest enemy was the voice constantly giving him permission to quit early. The next morning, Daniel set his alarm for 5 o'clock. When it rang, familiar excuses immediately appeared. "Stay in bed, you're tired, start tomorrow." The battle lasted only seconds, then he remembered the cleaner's face. He stood up. It wasn't a huge achievement. Nobody applauded, yet it was the first victory over himself in years. Daniel started exercising every morning. The workouts were short and awkward. He struggled to complete simple routines. Still, he refused to stop. Each completed workout strengthened something more important than muscles. It strengthened discipline. For years he waited to feel motivated. Now he acted first and allowed motivation to follow his actions instead naturally. Soon Daniel replaced endless scrolling with reading and learning. He spent evenings studying skills that could improve his future. Progress felt painfully slow. Results were invisible. Friends mocked his sudden dedication. Some said he was wasting time. Daniel kept going because he finally understood something powerful. Growth often happens long before anyone else can see it. 3 months later, difficulties appeared. His laptop stopped working. Unexpected bills arrived. Stress returned stronger than before. Old habits whispered promises of comfort and surrender. Daniel nearly quit. Then he asked himself one question. Will this problem improve if I make excuses? The answer was obvious. Complaining solved nothing. Action remained the only solution available. Daniel borrowed a friend's computer and continued studying. It wasn't convenient. It wasn't comfortable. Yet progress continued. Every challenge became proof that commitment mattered more than circumstances. The old Daniel waited for perfect conditions. The new Daniel worked with whatever resources were available. Slowly, confidence replaced doubt because he kept promises made to himself daily. 6 months passed without dramatic success. There were no viral moments or overnight breakthroughs. Many people would have quit, Daniel continued. He compared himself only to the person he was yesterday. That mindset protected him from discouragement. Every small improvement mattered. Every completed task became another brick in the foundation of a stronger future ahead. One evening, Daniel discovered an online job opportunity requiring skills he had recently learned. A year earlier, he wouldn't have qualified. Now he was prepared. He submitted an application and waited nervously. Days later, an interview invitation arrived. Opportunity finally knocked. Fortunately, preparation had already opened the door before opportunity arrived unexpectedly there. The interview was difficult. Questions challenged his knowledge and confidence. Years ago, Daniel would have been unprepared. This time, he answered calmly because he had done the work. A week later, he received the call. He got the position. It wasn't luck. It was the delayed reward of hundreds of disciplined days nobody witnessed personally. At work, Daniel noticed something interesting. Many employees complain constantly. They blame management, co-workers, and circumstances for every problem. Daniel recognized the pattern immediately because he once lived the same way. Instead of joining them, he focused on solutions. While others wasted energy complaining, he invested energy improving his performance and skills every day. Months later, managers began trusting Daniel with greater responsibilities. Clients appreciated his reliability. Co-workers asked for advice. Ironically, some called him lucky. They never saw the mornings he fought laziness. They never witnessed the sacrifices. People often admire results while remaining blind to the discipline that created those results in the first place. As income increased, Daniel's lifestyle improved. For the first time, he felt proud of his progress. Yet he understood a dangerous truth. Success can disappear when discipline disappears. Comfort often destroys ambition. Therefore, he continued learning and growing. He refused to become satisfied with past achievements because the future demanded continuous improvement from him. Years after their first meeting, Daniel walked through the same rainy street. To his surprise, the elderly cleaner was still there. Daniel approached him with gratitude in his eyes. The old man smiled immediately. He remembered the young dreamer who once blamed everything except himself. This reunion carried more meaning than either expected. Daniel thanked the cleaner for changing his life. The old man laughed softly. "I didn't change your life," he replied. "I only gave you a sentence. You changed your life when you stopped making excuses." Daniel smiled because he knew it was true. Advice matters little without action. Action creates transformation and lasting results. Walking home, Daniel reflected on his journey. The biggest change wasn't money or career success. The biggest change happened inside his mind. He no longer searched for reasons he couldn't succeed. Instead, he searched for ways he could. That single shift transformed obstacles into challenges and challenges into opportunities for growth every single day. Daniel realized that most dreams don't fail because they're impossible. They fail because excuses slowly destroy them. Every postponed action weakens momentum. Every unnecessary delay steals time. Excuses seem harmless in the moment. Over years, however, they quietly build a prison around potential, preventing people from becoming who they could have been. Many people wait for confidence before taking action. Daniel learned the opposite approach. Action creates confidence. Every difficult task completed proves capability. Every promise kept strength and self-respect. Waiting feels safe, but waiting changes nothing. Progress begins when movement starts. Even imperfect action moves a person further than perfect plans sitting untouched forever. Looking back, Daniel regretted only one thing. He regretted wasting years believing excuses. He could never recover lost time. Nobody can. Yet regret taught him something valuable. The best day to start was years ago. The second best day is today. Every moment spent delaying becomes another moment impossible to reclaim later in life. Now Daniel shared his story whenever possible. He hoped someone trapped by excuses would recognize themselves in his journey. He wasn't extraordinary. He wasn't unusually talented. His transformation began with one decision: stop explaining, start acting. That decision separated his old life from his new life more than any opportunity ever could. If you're waiting for the perfect moment, remember Daniel. The perfect moment never arrived for him. He succeeded because he acted despite fear, discomfort, and uncertainty. Your excuses are destroying your future one day at a time. Stop feeding them, start fighting them. The life you want begins the moment action replaces excuses forever. Before you go, remember this. Excuses feel comfortable today, but they create regret tomorrow. The life you want won't be built by wishing, waiting, or blaming. It will be built by action. So ask yourself, what excuse are you leaving behind today? Comment below. I read everyone, and if you enjoy powerful stories that challenge your mindset and inspire growth, hit subscribe and join us. Stay disciplined, stay focused. See you in the next video.